Hi everybody, welcome to Nature Boy 070. Today we're doing animal talk. Here is a great Canadian goose. It's pretty big, as you can see. Look at the size of a pigeon there. A pigeon is about a foot long, and a goose I would say is about 2.5 to 3 feet, about 3 feet long, as you can see, from neck to tail. And geese are very, very territorial. They like their areas where it's wetlands, and they will eat their grass and they'll consume as much as they can, because once they start their flight pattern down south, when it starts to get cold up here, they have a migration pattern. They go all the way, sometimes all the way down to Florida or North Carolina, and then they'll come all the way back up to northern Canada. The flight is in a V formation. That means one at the front and then two at the sides and so forth, all the way to back, and looking like a V shape. The reason they do this is to cut down on the wind. So when they fly, the bird at the front takes the brunt of the winds, so it cuts the wind and has to work super hard to get ahead, while the others behind it don't have to struggle too much. And sometimes if you watch the V formation, the one at the front will drop to the back and another will step to the front. And they'll do this interchangeably because they want to make sure that they don't run out of energy, right? They don't want to have the same person go all the way to the front and then pass out. So what do we know about our geese, right? Their body stores a lot of fat, and the reason they need that is because when they're in flight, they have to be, they have to constantly be flapping their wings, using a lot of energy. And as you can see, they consume grass. They don't eat animals, so they're herbivores. Look that up and you'll see what it means. Herbivores, they don't eat other animals, they eat grass, they eat seeds. And if you're wondering, yes, sometimes they will eat small fish. So technically they're herbivores to a certain extent, but they do eat small fish if they really need to. Now, if you look at the feather pattern, the top is brown, right? Like a nice light crispy brown. The head is black, and then you've got a white pattern going around the neck. And underneath, if you were to look, it's actually a really, really light brown, and the feet are black. It's completely black, and as you can see, they have talons. Do you see that little talon here? I'll zoom in on that so you can see what I'm talking about. Right at the back of the foot. There, now you can see it there. See that little talon? And the reason they have that is to keep their balance. Now this goose has walked away, so I'm gonna have to turn the camera around so you can see our friend the goose. They're going away, and there she goes. Now, when you see a goose, and the word of advice that I have to you is, if you hear it hiss, it means you're at too close proximity. That means move back. Don't come too close to it. It will bite. The bite of a goose has a little bit of teeth marks, and it will leave a little bit of a scar. So please be careful. That was my pigeon friend saying hi to you. So another thing too, the flap of the wing of the goose could break bone. In other words, if your nose is close to one of the wings and the wings accidentally hit you right across the face, it will break your nose. So please exercise caution when you're next to these beautiful, beautiful birds. And if you're trying to feed them from a distance, and then eventually if they get really accustomed to you and they start getting close to you, you will also attract other birds. The reason why this is scary and why you shouldn't do this is because what will happen is the goose will try to stave off the other birds. That means it will literally snap and bite the other birds to move them away from its food, which is in your hand. And in doing so, it might accidentally flap you, bruising you, or worst, biting at your neck. And that will happen. Biting at your neck, biting at your nose. They seem to know where to bite. As you can see, this one here is moving around, looking for food. And see what it does? When it doesn't like when somebody's close to its food, it bites its tail to let them know, hey, you're in my territory. So this has been an instructional video on great Canadian geese, or we call them Canadian geese. The reason why we call them Canadian geese is because they migrate from Canada all the way to, I would say, southern USA, as far as Florida sometimes, but they try to stay away from there because there's a lot of predators in Florida. But North Carolina has a little bit warmer a little bit warmer climate, and the food is abundant there. So here's my friend the goose saying goodbye to everybody, and we'll see you next time. We'll talk about ducks, and we'll see how ducks, what their patterns are. They do have a flying V formation, and as you can see, there are two right here. There's a duck and a goose. Look at the difference in size, right? Pigeon is the smaller, duck is the next, and then after that the goose is ginormous. Put it this way, the body of the goose, just the neck part of the goose, is about the body of the duck. This is Nature Boy 070, thanking you for watching this educational video on our friend the goose. And next time we'll be looking into ducks. So please don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know which animal you'd like me to talk about, because there are tons here. Many, many, many animals. If you want more exotic ones, I'll see if I can make a trip to the zoo and get the zoo to give me permission to do a close-up for you. All right, I thank you very much for watching my channel, and we'll see you soon.